What's up, YouTube? This is AJ Copeland. I am back. I am back. I am back. I hope you guys checked out my first video, my introduction video, where I talked about the various topics that I'm going to deal with, from time to time. Today, I decided to get back on YouTube to talk about something that is very dear and close to my heart, and that is you. Listen. I want to talk about some things that I feel that is very important. I've talked about in the first video about relationships, and I talked about religion a little bit, and I hit on parents and unconditional love and all that kind of stuff. But there's something else that I want to talk about, and that is open relationships. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about open relationships. Oh, before I go forward, let me tell you all, I got a book that I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be out probably within the next 6 months. I talked to you earlier about the topics to go manuals that I plan to publish. There's a lot of things that I want to do and plan to do, and I hope that you all would enter into my world and take part of all these wonderful things I'm trying to do within the community. Um, with the videos for black men, I just want you all to understand that I am not trying to what? Manipulate, control, nor dictate to you. I am only trying to give you food for thought. Okay? These are things for you to think about, things for you to consider as you go by your everyday life. So, and I also wanted to make you all aware that I am a serious guy when I talk about a certain subject and topics and things like that. So I'm not getting into the whole sexual aspect of it about who's the best top, best bottom, and who's the finest, who's the cutest, and what you did, whether you did porn or whether you were an escort and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of YouTubers, they get into the whole those type of topics, and that's fine and that's good. That's what they chose to do. But I chose to be the more serious person here. So I hope that all of us working together can make a difference within our community. I hope that with what they do help you, and I hope that what I do and say will help you as it relates to having life. Um, Primarily, what my main focus is us having integrity and character, because I think those two things are very important when it comes to just being human. You know what I'm saying? Just being a black man in a country that makes it very difficult for us to be a black man. And so it's very important that we try to be the best that we can be at it. And I can talk about these things because I'm 52 years old. So that means I've been around for a minute. I've been around for a long minute. um, but let me stop all this babbling. Let's get to the topic. Um, there is a census in the community that the way to go right now is to have an open relationship. Um, and most people said it's fine as long as you got two people that are in agreement with coming together and they had an understanding and they talked about it and they made a discussion and they they both agreed this is fine, ain't nothing wrong with it. As long as you make me aware that you're going to sleep with this guy, as long as I make you aware that I'm going to sleep with this person, it's fine. But let me tell you what it is. It's only cheating with permission. That's all it is. It's just cheating. It's just getting permission to cheat. That's pretty much what open relationships is in my view. Getting permission to cheat. And that's heterosexual, homosexual, or whatever. It's not right in my view. And it does not show integrity. Okay? And it does not show the strength of the relationship. In actuality, it shows the weakness of the relationship. And the fact that many individuals walk around and brag about their open relationships even show it even to be more weak. Okay? Because a true relationship, in my view, should be founded on the principles of love, respect, and honor. And I don't know how um, you watching somebody else lay with your significant other brings respect or honor. I don't know how that happens. And so that's why I disagree with it. But this is another thing I would like to add to that. is that if you're an individual that have been dating, only one person at a time and have never been involved in threesomes or have never been involved in orgies or anything of that sort where you adding more people into your bedroom besides you and the person you chose to sleep with, and all of a sudden you meet somebody and you all begin dating, and then you get serious, and then that individual comes to you and say, oh, you know what, have you ever thought about threesome? That's the lineup. That's what they're going to start with: threesome or open relationship. Have you ever been involved in a threesome? Have you ever had an open relationship? Have you ever this? Have you ever did it? And you say, no, I haven't. And they say, well, I haven't either, but, I've been thinking about it, and I think, it may be something that we might want to consider, since we're taking this thing seriously, and, in order for us to be together for long periods of time and being that we love one another, this is something that we should consider. We should think about entering into an open relationship. And you say, well, I never really thought about that. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't feel too good about that. But then you fall in love. You fall for the person. And 6 months later, a year later, they could come back to you again and they say, I've been thinking that, since we've been together for so long and we love each other and we care about each other and we've been together for all this time, I think we should try something different to spice up our bedroom, And then you say, well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, I think we should consider maybe possibility, maybe involving somebody else in our bedroom to spice it up a little bit, because we ain't going nowhere. I love you. I ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You love me. So why not do it? And because you are afraid in your mind sight of losing a person, not really realizing that you've already lost them, in your mind sight, you're afraid of losing the person. And so you go along with it and you say, okay, fine, but we got to lay down some rules of things that we can and cannot do. And so both of you make decisions, okay, I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm not going to sleep with this person unless, I let you know, and don't you sleep with nobody unless you let me know. And then even if we decide to do it, we got to do all three of us together, however many we want in our bedroom. We got to be in agreement. And y'all sit down and y'all come to that agreement that that's the route that you have chosen to go. But then later on, as time go on and on and on, it becomes an addiction. That means one of two of you is now addicted to that idea. And you're doing it over and over and over again until it gets to the point where somebody is not letting someone else know what they're doing. And so even though you started this thing called, in my view, is cheating with permission, now that you've started it and you've gone forth in it, now you're confused. Now you're questioning your feelings. You're questioning the relationship. You're questioning the reason why you agreed to do such a thing in the first place. And now the relationship is headed down a direction that you, in the beginning, didn't think it would head, because y'all think you had it all together and that you were so in love and that it was so strong and everything was so right and it was the perfect thing to do. And then you do it and you realize it's not the perfect thing to do. Not only that, you're sending mixed messages to all your friends and everyone that is watching you because you're bragging about this thing. And so you're walking around pretending that your relationship is something that it's not. And now that love begins to turn into something else. It turns into bitterness. It turns into hate. It turns into dislike. It turns to a situation where not even wanting to be around one another, not even wanting to touch one another, not even wanting to see one another. And not to mention the outsiders that are yet calling the phones and sending text messages and trying to do hookups. And then one of you, which is weaker than the other, continues to step out and cheat. This is why I totally disagree with this ideal of relationship. And I strongly suggest to anyone that have been introduced or questioned or asked to do such a thing, run as far as you can. Because I look at it this way. If you want to be with multiple individuals, if you want to have orgies and threesomes, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But have your fun before you get in a relationship. Why wait to get in a relationship and decide all of a sudden you want to be in a threesome and a foursome? Just do all of that before you get in one. Do all of that before you make a decision to be serious. Have your fun. Do what you're going to do. But don't bring somebody else into what you want and your desires and take advantage of the fact that they like you. Take advantage of the fact that they love you. Take advantage of the fact that they want to be with you. And so since you have that information, now all of a sudden you're going to bring these other things before them, knowing that they are vulnerable. And they might just take you at your word. They might just do what you ask them to do. It's not right. It's not right. And so in order to have an effective relationship, a strong relationship, a loving relationship, you have to be honest with each other at all times. And don't change the thing that got you together. You wasn't doing it before you got together. Why do it after you get together? You didn't have an open relationship while you were dating. In fact, you were committed and honest to one another while you were dating. So why change things once you decide to be in a relationship? All of a sudden, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to live this way, you need to live that way. I got to get out of here now. My time is limited. I just wanted to say these things to you. Join me, Topics to Go. I'm AJ Copeland, and I'll be talking about various things at different times. And I just thought maybe I'd just talk about these. These are my opinions now. I mean, you don't have to agree or like or my opinions or whatever. You can hate or whatever. I don't care. I just concern about what happens with black men in certain situations. We already have it difficult. We already have it hard. And when you profess to be gay and homosexual, you even got it worse. And so that's why I talk to you and I share with you the way I do. Just be careful out there and make wise decisions in your relationships and make wise decisions with the people that you choose to be around and the people that you allow in your circles. Just be wise in your decisions. This is AJ Copeland. I'm signing out now. And the topic, this particular topic, the name is cheating with permission, because that's what it is, cheating with permission. If that's what you want in your relationship and in your life, then so be it. Me, on the other hand, that's not my cup of tea. I don't drink dark coffee. I have to have a little cream on the inside of it and real sweet. And in life, a thing like that is bitter. It's black coffee and it ain't good. And I'm not saying that black is bad. Black is good. Black is beautiful. But when it comes to black coffee with no sugar, if you ever had it, it is nasty. And I say that if you accept something like this and call yourself in a good relationship, a healthy relationship, take my word for it. It ain't good. Signing out. You all have a good day. And remember, catch a topic or two. See you later.